Hello everybody! Today for Sunday Fun Day, we're going to see how I draw a Crabby Patty. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, now. Remember, this is not SpongeBob Crabby Patty. This is not, the Krusty Krab Crabby Patty. This is just a play on words. I do it a lot with Batman and Spider-Man and all that stuff. This one was, a woman. Her name is Patty. And she's kind of a crab. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Again, it's Sunday Fun Day, so I get to do whatever I want and just have some fun. And that's kind of the idea. Okay, and also I think what I'm doing is, I'm gonna add some appendages and make her crab-like, but also with a dress. Again, this is what I want to do. So it's going to be a little fun. So almost like the Crab Queen, maybe? Wrinkles and folds are always fun to draw anyway, so I'm going to take advantage of being able to draw that stuff. Okay, so to do this, I actually had to look up quite a few images of crabs. And did you know about coconut crabs and all this kind of crazy stuff? Crazy. But I wanted to get the anatomy right, and that's kind of, something you should always do is research. Always do your research, whether it's anatomy for a person or an animal like this. Do your research, because there's a lot of cool stuff too, like all these little bumps and knobs and little stuff like that that's all over them. That's really fun. It's a nice texture, nice cool little detail. And kind of it's what makes it. That's kind of what makes me, I don't know, there's something about a crab that's really I don't want to just say cool looking, but that's really what it is. It's really cool looking. So that's where that comes from. Now, I'm also going to try to play around with her hair a little bit. I always draw straight hair. It's the easiest thing to go with. It's super easy. Everybody does it. But I got to mix it up. Not everybody has straight hair. And especially me, I don't have straight hair. What little I have left. Am I right, kids? Am I right? So, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, and I don't want these to be horns, but that's kind of what they're going to be. So I'm just trying to make a different technique, different style. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her like a curly mop, like a big bouffant curly proof, almost like Afro style, just very super curly, because like I said, everybody's hair is different. Some people have super crazy curly hair, some people don't. Some people have straight hair, so I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. And I'm trying to draw like some kind of eyes type kind of thing. Maybe we'll do something like this, like little feelers as well, because crabs have those little eyes. But when I do something on the top of her head, old Patty looks like a devil. So we'll see what we do here. That's not too bad. I think I'm ready to go. I mean, sketch wise, that's all I really need to do is get the idea down, and then the detail's going to come from the Sharpie. placement is all I really needed on this one. So I'm going to erase some of this just because I don't want this to stand out over the Sharpie. If you're working with pencil, you just start drawing darker. And if you could even see what it was, because like I said, this is mostly for me, so it's okay if you couldn't see it. You're about to be able to see it. So we're going to welcome everybody that skipped to this portion of the video, the Sharpie portion. I appreciate anybody watching any portion. Alright, I think that's light enough that I can see where I'm going with this, and we can get going. So, drop my timer, hang on. Okay. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, so I have a nice ghost of an image that I can use to guide me in this drawing. And I'm going to start with the Sharpie fine point. I'm sorry, the Sharpie pen, because I can control the line widths much better, and I have the fine details of her face to go. So I talked about this in the sketch that I just gave her a crab-like girl named Patty. That's what she is. So I'm going to draw her eyelids first, and I've got her head. Let's see, I always do this to kind of show you. If this is the head, and we'll say that's her nose, right? If that's pointed right at you, I've got it kind of down a little bit like that, okay? So just kind of imagine the lines of the face. I need to do something. I need to make a little head to show you, like, we're turning it this way, and that's where it is. But you gotta start mentally thinking about that too. So I'm going to draw the tops of her lids like this. Okay, so she's kind of at an angle like that, so I've got them turned a little bit. And draw her eyes, the retinas, the color part. And this is too tiny to draw the pupils, so I'm just going to draw little dots like that. I can't even put it on that one. Not even going to mess with it. So this Sharpie actually bent a lot on me, so I'm gonna it bled quite a bit. So I'm going to add just a little bit of like a cat eye makeup, something like this, just to show that there's makeup, but I'm not going to add all the lines because, like I said, at this size, it's going to bleed. So I'm trying not to go too crazy. Let's give her an eyebrow. I'm going to come in like this, do the other one like this. Again, going with the angle of her face. And because I do have her tilted just a little bit, I can draw the bridge of the nose. Normally, all that stuff I don't do. I do it with color, because there's no hard edge on the face. But as you start to turn, you do get edges like the edge of the cheeks and all that stuff. So the bridge of her nose, we'll go ahead and do like that as a hard edge. Nostrils are got a hard edge. We'll come in like that. Okay, so for her smile, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in a little bit like this. So I can draw the top of the lip and the bottom of the lip. And see, it's so small that there's not a lot I can really do. I could just imply quite a few things. So that means her chin's going to go right down the middle. It's going to go right about here. And I'm going to start to thicken it up too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, it's going to get, the whole thing is going to get super thick. So I'm kind of allowing for that to happen. Now, I've also talked about, as I'm moving up towards the hair, I'm going to start talking about this. I've also talked about that I'm giving her a little bit different of a hairstyle, a little bit curlier hair, because normally I draw straight hair, but not everybody has straight hair, so I'm trying something a little different, a little bit of a different look for her. So I'm moving up towards the hair. I'm going to draw her cheeks, or her jawline, I guess, to her cheeks, up like this. And like I said, I'm going to thicken it up, and I can also hide any little mistakes I had and try to clean some stuff up, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I could try. And if it doesn't come out perfect, that's okay. But again, I'm still going to try. Okay, so the edge of her face. And I can start to draw, we'll say her ears like this, but her hair is going to cover it up, so I don't want to draw all of it. Okay. So her hairline, I'm going to play around also with like the crab eyes. So the crabs have like little beady eyes up here, and so I want to do a little something kind of like they're coming off her head, kind of like something like this. Okay? Alright, they're not really eyes, but again, she's not really a crab, you know, so again, we're just kind of making this up. So I'm going to draw kind of a a hairline like this, and then I can start to curl it all up. Now, I'm not going to draw every single curl. You know, we don't have time to do that, but I am going to imply quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and draw like her hair's back, like this, kind of, you know, pull back. Now I'm going to start to play with just mops curls, you know, just kind of locks, you know. And the reason I was talking about this is, like, you know, I always draw straight hair. It's the easiest thing to do. So I'm trying to draw different hairstyles because, you know, variety. You always want to mix it up. You always want to try to do something a little different to try to, you know, keep your chops up. You don't want to draw the same thing all the time. And everybody has different hair, you know, so not everybody has straight hair, not everybody has curly hair. So it doesn't hurt to try different things, try different styles, you know. So here you can see I'm starting to build an edge, and so I'm going to say it's going to come down to about right there. That's going to be the edge of it, like that. And like I said, I'm not going to draw every hairline because, you know, we're not like normal. Sorry, I was about to say like normal hair, meaning straight hair. Straight hair is not normal hair. I don't mean that. Like the straight hair I usually draw, I'm not drawing all the lines. Just a few to imply and then build from there. So, and here I'm just kind of making up stuff, you know, so don't feel bad if you're not doing exactly like I'm doing. I'm just adding just some curls and locks and just making up an edge. I kind of know where I'm going with this. That's why I know how to make an edge of where I want to go, you know, but that's really about it. The rest of it I'm just kind of making up, like, okay, I'm gonna build it out to here. I'm gonna come up back here like this, right? Because I could see the edge of it, how big I want it to be. Something like that. And I'm also kind of imagining the way it's going, like it's flowing back like that. So that's kind of also the way I'm kind of building a look with the hair. And how it's gonna flow, you know, because you also got to think of where it's growing and where it's going, and that way you can kind of decide, okay, it's gonna flow back this way and flow over itself. So there you go. I think we should stick with that. Let me thicken up this outer edge, because like I said, once I go to the big Sharpie, you're gonna see a huge difference. And also I didn't connect a few places. Plus, it kind of looks cool with a thicker outline like this. It's a nice contrast. You know, you can get some cool inking styles and inking techniques by trying different things with your pens. All right, there you go. I like that. So see, she's got the eye type kind of thing coming out. Awesome. Okay, switching over to the big Sharpie. So I just got kind of like shell features kind of built onto her, so I'm just gonna kind of, let's do something kind of like if she had like a flowy, let's see, watch this. Okay, so here's her shoulders like this, like that. So for her neck, I'm just gonna build kind of like a, watch this, a layered like not gown, but layered material neckline. What am I thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh my gosh, I can't. This is why I say I'm an artist, I'm not a speaker. Just cloth collar. Oh my god, I couldn't think of the word collar. A layered collar is what I was going for there. So I'm playing around also with like the shell, the hard armor shell of a crab. Let me thicken this up to match the rest of it. So now I'm gonna kind of add on to it like armor. So I'm gonna say these are her shoulder pads, kind of like this. And see how I'm kind of spiking it up? You'll see more in a second too. Like this. And I'm gonna go back and forth with a little Sharpie just to kind of accent and create a texture for her look. And I've got it kind of going all the way down, so it's almost like a shirt too. Let's do this. Like that. Then I'm going to accent it with the smaller Sharpie because it's got kind of this cool, like layered, like crabs have this like segmented parts. And so I almost want to just accent it with the Sharpie, the smaller Sharpie, rather than the big Sharpie. And so we kind of get a segmented, layered look to her waist. What are we going to call this? Her dress. Woo! I'm telling you, I don't have words. I don't have words. I'm a horrible speaker, but I know how to draw. Okay, so again, I'm just going to play around with some segments, something like this. Add some little knobby crab parts like this. Something like that. We'll go ahead and do something like that too, just to break it up, just to make it, you know, crabbish. Let's do her arms, and then I'll do the little ones down here. I got a couple more hanging down this way too. So this one's going to be up and this one's going to be down. So let's do the down one so you can see where we are and then understand that it's going to be turned up for this arm. So this one, I'm just going to come here and I'm going to draw, like I said, the arm with some bits and pieces for the knobs that are in a crab. The little sections and segmented parts, something like that. So see what I'm saying? Little bit of extras just to break it up and make it crabbish. You know, that little extra armor look. Okay. So for the claw, same thing. It's got the underside and the top part is the one that moved. The top part is the thumb. So in doing this, I'm going to make this one smooth and this one bumpy, because this is, okay, maybe not smooth, but you know what I mean. Now for the inner part of the claw, it's got almost like teeth. So we're going to do little jagged parts like that. It's going to come up here, come around, and this one's the other side. It's got more bumps. You'll see why in a second. Then we're going to do the connector part. Again, more bumps like that. All right. Now, again, I'm going to add little bits and pieces here. I'm using all kinds of different pictures: giant crabs, coconut crabs, all kinds of reference. All right. This is the fun part. We add a little bit of extra knobs and stuff just to make it, you know, crabbish. Okay, so that being said, we're going to draw the other arm, but up. So we're drawing basically the underside right there. So this one is going to go down and meet it. I'm going to come over here, do some of that stuff. Over here, do some of this stuff. That's going to come down to the elbow, but again, it's tilted up, so we're looking at the underside here. So all these little knobs and stuff is what you're really going to see. We're going to see the underside, so we're going to come back in for that part. Add some bumps like that. Draw the other side, the thumb, I guess. Again, you can only see so much of it like that because we're looking at the underside. And again, I'm going to draw some details. And let's see, we're going to do more. You can see the actual whole little bump. So see how this is side? It's a side right there that's straight down the middle like that. So we'll kind of play around with, like, yeah. You can see more. You can see a lot more. the full circle, you know. So I'm drawing that more of a straight on shot too, because again, you can see more turns. So there you go, there's the other arm. Pretty cool. All right, so now I'm going to do just some quick legs on the side here, because you know crabs have multiple legs. So I'm just going to do a couple digits here and here, and then we'll draw just like a dress with some seashells, some seashells on it, you know. A little what's the word I'm looking for, a little sea goddess, I guess, type kind of thing. That's who Crabby Patty is. Okay, so I'm going to draw some legs out like this. And I'm kind of making it up versus, you know, a real crab's legs. So this is just me kind of playing around with the look of a crab leg. Nothing specific, nothing, you know, it's got to be like this. Just draw what makes you happy. Just draw some segments. And some pieces coming down, holding it together. We're going to say this one's behind this one, something like that. And this one is completely behind, so we're just going to do this. Because you can't see everything. You know, not everything's going to be perfect. This one's going behind this arm, coming down here and doing one of these. Because that's all we can see, you know? There you go. So, let me add a little bit of extra detail. Just a little bit of complements of the thick and thin. And that's also what I like about this kind of Sharpies, is you can complement it, the thick lines with the thinner lines. And it stands out. And I'm making this up, so you know, don't worry if you don't do the exact same lines like I'm doing. I'm just kind of imagining, okay, a line might be right there, a line might be right there, and that'll kind of, you know, there. I'm just kind of making it up, you know. Just go crazy. It's Sunday fun day. Do what you want. All right. So I just got a dress hanging down, just something pretty. But I'm gonna add a little bit of shells. Maybe let's do some shells now. We're gonna do something. This, you know, and then I'll just do a little bit. I should do it with color, but you know, something like that for a shell, like a clam shell, you know. And maybe we'll do like a little, like one of those. I wanted to say spinny, but do a small one like that, like a spin. Again, I don't have words, and so I apologize about that. So I'll add some more in a second. I just wanted to show you what I was going to do. So then I'm just going to bring the dress down. I'm going to do something like this. Say that's more of the segmented stuff, you know. But we're going to mess around with, now it's going into cloth. So it's almost like we're breaking up the hard shell into like a soft cloth, and kind of playing around with what's real and what's being made up by us. Like, there's going to be more, don't worry. It's like, is it a hard shell cloth, or is it loose fabric, you know? So I'm kind of continuing that down into something like this. There we go. All right, so let's do some more flowing out this way. So I'm going to do one like this. Have it draping down. Something like that. And again, let's add some shells. Let's see, can we do a conch? That'd be too big. Let's just do like again, some other kind of shells just hanging off. Maybe some little ones. Something like that. Creases and folds. just to show that there's cloth folds. Like that. Then we'll do the other side over here. So this one I'm just going to have hanging down a little bit more this way. We'll say it's going back like this. Something like that. Again, add some shells. Looks almost like icing, like a cake, right? Okay, something. Again, let's do another spinny one, because I can't think of the word for it. A little unicorn shell. There you go. There. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Fun Day, that is Crabby Patty. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.